I gotta say, looking at the stack of research for today, I was really ready for a dry run.
Oh, yeah. Usually when you see compliance and security in a headline, you're expecting administrative headaches.
Right, exactly. Red tape, lockdown screens, the vegetables of the business world. But the material we have here actually flips that narrative completely.
It really does, because in the world of customer experience, or CX, we have to stop looking at security as this massive hurdle. The data describes it as a superpower.
A superpower. And the silent partner of trust. And
Exactly.
not just trust for the customer, but for the employee. That's the angle that really jumped out at me. If your environment isn't secure, your net promoter score drops, obviously,
Mm.
but your agent retention drops right along with it.
That's the critical link right there. We often separate compliance from culture, but, well, they are actually the same thing.
So let's look at the remote work aspect first. We're all familiar with the regulatory landscape.
Curry's Law, Ray-Baum's Act.
Yeah, those. We know the requirement is dispatchable location, but usually companies just view that as a legal shield, right? Like a box to check so they don't get fined.
Often, yes. But think about the implication for a hybrid agent working from, say, a basement or a kitchen table. They have a medical emergency and dial 911,
The legacy systems might send an ambulance to the corporate headquarters 3 states away.
which is just a nightmare scenario. So
Yeah.
implementing proper E911 compliance isn't just about the FCC. It's a message to the employee.
It's an act of empathy.
Right. It tells the agent, we know where you are and we can protect you, even if you aren't in the office. And when you operationalize that safety, agents feel seen.
And that psychological safety is a huge driver for retention.
Massive driver.
Speaking of psychological safety, let's talk about the daily grind. We've moved past physical safety to the actual stress of the job. I mean, nothing spikes anxiety for the agent or the caller quite like the old school identity interrogation.
Oh, absolutely. What's your mother's maiden name? What street did you live on in 1998?
It's just pure friction. It completely destroys the agent experience, or AX. It forces your support team to be interrogators before they can be helpers.
You start every single interaction with suspicion.
The solution proposed here is passive voice biometrics paired with AI risk scoring.
Wow.
But we've seen voice biometrics floating around for a while, and it's often been pretty clunky. Are we finally at the point where it's actually passive?
We are. It's no longer just about matching a voice print. The newer tech layers in device ID, network signaling, metadata.
It's looking at the physics of the call, not just the audio.
Exactly. It distinguishes a recording from a live voice instantly,
Wow. Within seconds.
within seconds. Often by the time the agent says hello, the system has verified the identity with 99% certainty.
That changes the entire workflow. You don't have to convince me that I am who I say I am. We can just fix your problem.
And look at the CSAT impact. The customer is happier because they didn't have to jump through hoops. The agent is happier because they didn't have to be the bad guy.
So we've secured the human, and we've verified the identity. That leaves the highest risk moment of the call.
The money.
The money. Taking credit card payments over the phone is still a massive stressor due to PCI DSS standards.
It is. If an agent writes that number down, or if the call recording captures those digits, you are in violation.
That is a ton of pressure to put on a frontline employee making near minimum wage.
It really is.
The concept here is descoping. This isn't just pausing the recorder, though. We're talking about true isolation using automated redaction, like DTMF masking.
Right. With secure payment IVRs, the agent stays on the line, but when it's time to pay, the customer types the digits into their keypad.
So the agent just hears flat tones or nothing at all.
Nothing at all. The data goes straight to the processor.
So the sensitive data never actually touches the contact center infrastructure.
Never touches the agent, never touches the recorder, never touches the network. The risk profile drops to near zero.
That has to be a relief for the staff. You're effectively removing the target from their back. They can't steal the data even if they wanted to, and they can't accidentally mishandle it.
And that allows them to focus entirely on the human connection rather than data entry. If you look at the case studies referenced, specifically the compliance audits from Star Telecom, you see this pattern repeated. When you use better tooling to remove that compliance stress, agent tenure rises.
It seems the takeaway for leaders is pretty stark. Stop viewing compliance as a cost of doing business.
Start viewing it as a retention strategy for both customers and agents. Better tooling equals less burnout. It's really that simple.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive, and we'll catch you on the next one.